Hello everybody, welcome back. So a bit of an early video, but just to let you know, I'm not boasting, but I've been up for about 2.5 hours already. That's what kids will do to you. They'll destroy you through lack of sleep. But never mind, I've had a bit of chance to digest the market, and yeah, we're coming down with Bitcoin, no big deal. It was in a way to be expected on the first pass yesterday. We've had 2 green days in a row, considering the whole world and their mother was bearish yesterday. I mean, last week and the week before and the week before that and the week before that. And it's like what I was saying to a few people on my Patreon. In times of sideways reaccumulation, which is what I think it's going to be, you'll have days where everybody's saying, "Whoa, we're going to the moon again. It's $100,000 of Bitcoin again. No problem. See you later." And then a couple of days after that, Bitcoin's a scam. It's a Ponzi. It's manipulated. Look what Elon Musk is tweeting. He's not going to be buying anymore. He's going to be selling. Oh my god. And oh my, look, guys, just chill out, alright? Whether Elon Musk tweets bullish or bearish stuff, of course it's going to move the market. Of course it is. Think about where he tweeted that, alright? On the chart, where did he tweet it? He tweeted it when it was coming up to and just closing above the 20 simple moving average on the daily. Massive area of rejection, and closing above the and retesting it as support and moving up from there would cause an uptrend. I think that guy's trying to keep the market down. You know, I always say it. You can tweet what you like. You can release what news you like. You can do whatever you like. But generally, the chart will always come to its own conclusion. It's going to do its own thing. So you can manipulate the market only to an extent. I suppose with Bitcoin, it's vulnerable to manipulation. Excuse me, vulnerable to manipulation because of its overall market cap, and obviously there'll be a large amount of Bitcoin owned by whales who are able to move markets, but I don't really think it takes an enormous amount of Bitcoin to move a market, and sometimes it doesn't take any at all. It just takes a tweet. But I mean, this is one example. So this was Bitcoin prior to the last Elon Musk tweet, which is this wick here. This is an Elon Musk tweet. Alright, so we came down, Elon Musk, Tesla bought Bitcoin, and back down to its normal rhythm and back up again. So look, if this is how Bitcoin is going to behave in a sideways action, from generally, if we think the baseline, I think the baseline for this reaccumulation is about 33,000. I know that sounds mad, but it doesn't mean that it's going to keep coming down to 33,000. I just think that this is the zone. And the reason for that is that this is the zone on the weekly, and we got a longer chart history here that we can just see. And I've shown you this many times. We generally reaccumulate around this zone. We bounce from it, even in bear markets when the bubble pops. We do have massive bounces from it, and this is where we are. We've not tested it in a long time. Yeah, we are slowing down. We have had a significant bang down here. So. But every day that we're above it, we're okay, and that is and will likely stay at around about 33,000-ish area for a prolonged period of time. And what we're looking to see really is accumulation around that zone. Now, over the next couple of weeks, I really want to see us reclaim 41,000. Like I say, and within the next 7 to 10 days, that's what I'd like to see, just so we can avoid the death cross. But the death cross isn't the end of the world. If we get a death cross and we're, let's just say just below that, we could be considering a 20% drop back down to what? 33,000, no big deal. No big deal. When was the last time we had any naturally forming death cross after a consolidation? It was back here in 2019. So we had a massive big move up, and we crashed all the way back down to that level there. 42% retracement before the death cross kicked in, and then when the death cross kicked in, look, we can be generous, we can measure it from here. There's a 20% move. Just over a 20% move. So death crosses aren't, as bad as they sound. They're not good, let's face it, but they're not as bad as they sound. So if we do get a death cross and we're anywhere around here, even if we're come back up to where we were yesterday, a 20% move only brings us down to just short of our lows. And again, we're not measuring 20% because that's what happened last time. I just wanted to show you that death crosses don't mean the bear market. In my opinion, the bear market is really going to be considered seriously if we start closing below the green 50 exponential on the weekly. And we've already done that back down here. And, we did spend over a month down there. So even that in itself isn't a bear market. But they are all clues that, and if we had a death cross and we came to that level there, and considering how high we are, then we might consider a bear market. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's going to range around this zone, 33,000 at its general vibe. Whether it's above it or below it, or just basically on top of it. This is it. And if it is a reaccumulation zone, then we should treat it as that. Now, when it comes to altcoins, I get a lot of questions about altcoins, and the overall vibe I'm getting is that there's going to be the odd alt rally here, there, wherever, but it's not going to take the entire market with it. Some altcoins, and we looked at a lot of these on the live stream that we did a couple of days back, and we're going to do another one tonight for Patreon users, obviously. And we looked at a lot of them, and some were okay, some were not okay, some were neither here nor there. But overall, what I think the overall picture is that with Bitcoin being in this indeterminate range, where it's technically still in a downtrend, not really claiming any of these moving averages, not yet anyway, then we should really be a little not greedy when it comes to altcoins. So my strategy at the moment, and it's becoming more apparent, especially from yesterday when we saw some of these charts sort of kicking off, really. Algorand moved, some of these things are beginning to move. So my overall plan is to accumulate Bitcoin and then go into quick trades, for a day or two, stacking the sats. So Algo was a good one, that worked out quite well, but not to get greedy, because it doesn't matter how good the chart is, if Bitcoin decides it wants to come down, it'll take the market down with it, which is what we can see today. So Bitcoin is down 5.5%. We can see that the repercussions are more dramatic over the rest of the altcoin market, and this is what I would say generally across the board. And it might be frustrating for a lot of people who are trying to trade altcoins, because they go, this is a great setup, this is a perfect setup. I'm not talking about this particularly, I'm just talking in general. And you have yourself a really, really good setup, but then Bitcoin decides that it's not going to have it anymore, and it wants to come back down to the lower side of the accumulation range, 33,000 or maybe a little bit below. It's going to destroy some of these altcoins in the short term. Doesn't mean that the altcoins in general are a no-go area, it just means don't get greedy with them. But anyway, we can look and we can respect and we can accept which charts are good and which charts are not. But similar to how we've always traded altcoins, especially since January, is that using Bitcoin as a main indicator, if Bitcoin's going to come down, then expect this to bring the market down. And if there's some altcoins which you have your eye on that look particularly strong, then after the dump has taken place, like maybe today, maybe tomorrow, we can turn our attention back to those altcoins and we can get a more significant bounce, much better than Bitcoin, and we can essentially make more money trading Bitcoin into altcoins and then back to Bitcoin again. And that's how I'm doing it. Not particularly too fussed about Tether. The Tether that I've got right now is for worst case scenario, dropping down below here, going down below $2 and below $20,000. That's what my Tether's for. For the moment, all I'm looking to do is increase the amount of Bitcoin that I've got through these very simple alt rallies and bounces. But it's not an easy situation to be in right now, and I can understand why some people might just want to take themselves away from the market for a little bit, wait for it to be a bit more of an uptrend, when things are nice and easy, where everybody's a genius and you can buy anything and you can go straight to Twitter and say, look what I did, guys, I'm a genius. And that's fine. Do you know what I mean? That's when crypto is fun, and it depends what type of fun you enjoy. But for me, I do enjoy a strategy anyway, and I've formed a strategy since this downtrend, which is to increase my Bitcoin balance and not think about what the value of Bitcoin. I just want to turn some Bitcoins into more Bitcoins. That's all I want to do, and this is how I'm going to do it. So again, if you want to join me on the live stream tonight, there's a link in the description below for the Patreon. It's £7.50 a month, and you get 2 live streams a week. And that is it. Now I'm going to go and get my injection. I've got my jab in an hour, so I'm going to go and have a quick shave and get my COVID vaccine. Anyway, I hope you have a nice day, everybody, and take it easy.